didn't really need to see a picture of my, oh, you don't need to see that either. A picture of my scissors. It bodes well, doesn't it? Let's have a look at, let's have this in the background. There we go. Good start. So I should be live on my page, and I should be live on Fairy Hugs page as well. Yeah, there's a picture of my scissors. Oh dear, I'm so funny. Oh dear. So yeah, I'm definitely live on Fairy Hugs. Let's just check that I'm live on YouTube. Don't be shy, say hello. Is anybody there? Hi Alison, hi Caroline. So you can see YouTube's run, I think that's YouTube. I never remember. I think that's Facebook actually. Yeah, and we're live on YouTube too. That's good. We just wait for 1 or 2 other people to pop on. Nothing beats making Christmas cards when it's hot. Okie dokie. Who else is joining us? I've got my fan on, so I hope it's not interfering too much with the noise. I've also got a nice cold drink. Oh, the chair's not moving properly. Maybe drink while I can get at it. That's the sound of me stirring my drink. Right, should we crack on? Because we've already been going for 3 or 4 minutes. I hope somebody else is there watching. Otherwise, why am I doing this? That's the question. Right, okay. So, Fairy Hugs Christmas 2023. There are quite a lot of stamps within this collection which can be used all year round, as with a lot of Fairy Hugs stamps. So, let's get rid of that's Bonnie's. Let's get rid of that. Oh, why are we not getting rid of this? Why can't I use things today? I obviously can't. I'm just rubbish today. Right, let's have a look at the stamps. So, this is your tree house. And you can see it's a house and it's shaped like a Christmas tree. But it's got floors to it and windows and a door. So, it's one of their houses. So, it's great for anything really. And you can add ornaments off of the bits and pieces on the edges. I think this one's going to be really popular. This is your Moon Dreams. So you've got a sleigh, but the actual body of the sleigh is in the shape of a moon, and this is really pretty. It's really lovely, and you can't see from the picture of the stamp, but there's like little dots all in it, so it is like a moon. And we'll be using that in the demos, and I'll show you some samples with it as well. 2 little animals. This is Cuddles and Fluffy. So you've got a right and a left facing fluffy bunny, and in 2 different sizes, so obviously they can be sleeping wherever you want them to be. This is obviously one that can be used all year round. Then we've got our angel for this release, and she's called Angie, after our design team member Art Angel, and she can be sitting on anything, and again you can use her any time of year. Santa's sleigh. So this is an iconic Christmas image, really, isn't it? And if you think about back to releases, I can't remember, it's last year, the year before actually, because Fairy Hug's been going for almost 3 years now. There's a stamp called Rooftops, which is just a row of houses, and if you use this with that, then you've got an instant Christmas card. Pop a sentiment on, Bob's your uncle, as they say. Then we've got some foliage, and this is your winter berries and branches, I think it's called. Sorry, I ought to really know what they're called. It does say on the image, but I can't expand out a bit. Winterberry and branches. We are going to use it, so I'll get the name right by the end of the video anyway. Apologies. This is your snail delivery. So you've got a snail, which is a standalone snail, so you can use that anytime you want to. And then you've got a stack of presents, but they're actually separated, so you're in 3 different layers. So obviously you can use the snail with the presents, or you can put the presents in the sleigh if you wanted to. You can use 1 layer, 2 layer. You can upend the 2 larger ones, so they're on their side. Obviously the whole thing here can be used any time of year. Win-win. Then you've got the sparkle tree. This is an absolutely beautiful tree. If you want to, you could just stamp this on a white card and emboss it in either silver or gold, and then just pop a sentiment on. You've got a really clean and simple card, which is great for your batch making. Then we've got holiday mushrooms. So you've got a stack of 3 mushrooms here, like a Christmas tree. And then you've got lots of different ornaments, and you've got candles, you've got a star there, which you can decorate that holiday mushroom tree thing with if you want to. You can obviously mask it off and have the angel stamping on it, and there's another stamp coming up next which can be sleeping on it. You can use lots of other stamps that we've got, lots of other fairies with it. You can choose to use it with the ornaments or without. So once again, that's something that you can use all year round. This is Kazi or Kazi. This is our little dragon for this release. He's fast asleep. So he can be, you've got him separate from the cushion, which is brilliant because it means that you can put him on top of the holiday mushrooms if you want to. You can put him on branches, you can put him on anywhere you like, or he could just be sleeping on the cushion. He's really sweet, really lovely, obviously not intimidating at all because he's fast asleep. Then we've got a little mouse here called Sleepy, and he's got his little pocket that he's meant to sleep in, but obviously you don't have to use it with the pocket. You can nestle him into the sleigh, you can pop him onto trees, you can pop him anywhere you like. So again, once again, a very versatile set that can be used any time of year. This is your festive branches, and this has got or festive branch, and this has got lots and lots of ornaments, so you could use these ornaments with the holiday mushroom and vice versa if you wanted to. Also think back to the big mushroom in the garden release. You could have these hanging from that as well. You can also the veggie toadstool, that's what it's called. You can also have them hanging from the veggie line as well. So there's lots of different things that you can do with them, and obviously you can have them hanging from the sparkle tree. You can have them hanging from the tree house as well. So lots and lots of different ways that you can mix and match, but obviously just the branch on its own can be used at any time of year. Then we've got our Jolly Santas. So there's always a fun element from Fairy Hugs, and with this release it's the Jolly Santas in various different poses, causing mayhem by the looks of it. Yes, Caroline, he could nap on the presents in the sleigh. Yeah, absolutely. So, and then we've also got What's an Artie, which I assume are named after myself and Archangel. I imagine I'm the grumpy one. Because I can't imagine Archangel being grumpy. Unless her samples don't get shown in the studio, then she's quite grumpy, which I'm not surprised about with all that work, and then they're not shown. But yeah, I think I'm the grumpy one, so I'm the one on the left, and then Archangel's she's either picking something or hanging something. So you see, these are going to work with the holiday mushrooms and with the festive branch as well, and with lots of other things that you might have. Again, these aren't particularly festive, so you can use these with the garden gnomes too. Hi Judy. Then we've got a bunch of sentiments. Fairy Hugs are very good with their sentiments now, so we've got a whole bunch of sentiments. We've got 6 new sentiments or sentiment sets with this release. There are 20 stamps in stamp sets in this release, by the way, so it is a smaller release than usual. This is a nice big word, and you'll see it when I use it. It's a statement word. You can just use this. Morning Sandy. You can just use this on its own. On a card, or you can put this in a card if you want to. So wishing you a Merry Christmas, touched with wonder and filled with love. Then we have our hope, wonder and joy, wishing you all the hope, wonder and joy that the season can bring. It's a smaller sentiment, that one. Then we've got 'twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. So obviously that fits really well with Sleepy and Kazi, who are sleeping dragons and the mouse, and also Cuddles and Fluffy, the 2 little bunnies as well. Then we've got made the list. So we've got you made the nice list or you made the naughty list. You choose. Then you've got your merry wishes, Merry Christmas, be merry, and wishing you a magical Christmas. Smaller sentiments, but really useful. And then we've got special delivery. So I really like this one. This is going to be great for your tags. Christmas delivery, special delivery, and then you've got for you, to and from. Really, really useful. So this one you can obviously use with all of your makes. So in fact, aside from the Christmas delivery, you can use the other 4 stamps at any time of the year. That's all right, Judy. It'll be on YouTube if you can't watch now. Yes, so you can definitely catch up. So those are the 20 stamps that are in this release. So let's have a look at some inspiration from the design team, because I always like to do that in these lives, because you don't always get a chance to see them when they're at the studios, because they either whiz through them or they just don't have time, because obviously the important thing is to see Tanya's demonstrations. So let's look at Bonnie's first. Bonnie is the lead design team member. She's based in the States, and her samples won't be at the studio, but you will find them all in the Fairy Hugs store group on Facebook. You will see them, and you will also see them in Fairy Stamp Hugs as well on Facebook, those 2 groups. And I do try and share them on my Facebook page as much as I can as well. So obviously here you can see she's got the Christmas, the tree house, and she's used the festive branches around the edges. She's got the Santa sleigh and one of the Merry Wishes, and this is a tumble shine paper in the background. The 2 paper pads that are on the show are Tumble Shine and Misty Whisk. Again, Tumble Shine here, and Bonnie's used the Fairy Buds stencil, which is on the show. There are 3 stencils on the show. Fairy Buds, not Fairy Buds. Yes, Fairy Buds. Fairy Snowflakes and Flower Vines. Those 3 are on the show, and you will find them in a As Seen on TV section on my website, and it'll get populated with the new stuff from midnight tomorrow night. Midnight on Friday is when everything goes live on my website, and I do have my stock now. It's in stock now, so it's ready for shipping straight away as soon as you order. So we've got the snail delivery and special delivery there. We've got Here's Your Moon Dreams, and you see that beautiful sleigh there, and then you've got one of the little bunnies in there, and then you've got the sparkle tree coming down with a whoosh. I think that's a sparkle tree. Ooh, actually it might, I think it is the end of the sparkle tree. If it isn't, then it could be the Starry Walkway from the Fairy Tale release. Anyhow, either of them will work. Beautiful one here with the sparkle tree and Angie. And this is a Misty Whisk paper here. Then you've got the fairy branch here with all the ornaments. 'Twas the Night and little Cassie having a snooze. Again, fairy branch here with Artie dressing the fairy branch, all while the little sleepy's asleep there, and 'twas the night again. Bonnie's also made a couple of little paper stockings, and there is a video for that. Have a look either on my page or on the Fairy Hugs store page for details of the link to the YouTube video that Bonnie's done. Then here's my samples. So here's a row of Christmas tree houses with the Santa sleigh over the top. So if you wanted to, as I said, you could use rooftops and you could do the same sort of layout. That's a Misty Whisk paper there as well. Here's the Moon Dreams with the presents from the snail delivery and one of the bunnies on top, and that beautiful big sentiment. That's a tumble shine paper. Another tumble shine paper here, and here I've used the snail delivery with all the presents on top of the snail with one of the snowmen. Here just using a mask and the fairy snowflake stencil with that big wishing you sentiment in the middle, and then one of the little presents in each corner. I'm going to try and do this quick, but it's important that you see it. Don't forget, you can always, if you're watching this back, you can always freeze it on certain spots and take a screenshot, and then you can copy these. We're quite happy for you to do that. So we've got Angie sitting on the festive branch there, and Artie hanging the things. You've got Sleepy there asleep in the moonbeams, and you've got 'Twas the Night, and that's a Misty Whisk paper as well. Bit of fun with my Mama Makes Rotate Mate with the festive berry and branches, or whatever it's called. Sorry, I'll get that in a minute. And one of the sentiments. So I've only used just that one stamp set and a sentiment there on a tumble shine paper. Bit more fun here with the Jolly Santas. Here I've used the hanging snowflakes from one of the previous releases, and this is the one I shared today. So you've got the sparkle tree, you've got the stack of presents there from the snail delivery, and you've got Santa's sleigh there. Bookmarks are always brilliant to make. You can make your bookmarks to match your project if you want to. So we've got Christmas delivery for you from special delivery, and then on the back I've actually stamped to and from. We've got and I'm going to do a version of this in the demo, and we've got the tree house and a stack of presents. This one here, now Watts is looking very, very grumpy, because, you know, they're supposed to be getting on with some work, and that everybody around him is asleep. So Sleepy's asleep in the festive branch, Cassie's asleep on top of the holiday mushroom, and Cuddles or Fluffy, whichever one it is asleep on top of the presents. You know, what's a gnome to do? And it kind of fits with the 'Twas the Night, obviously, and then he's saying you made the naughty list because he's really not happy. Now, just to show that a lot of these stamps can be used in non-Christmas themed stamp makes. So here we've got Angie sitting on top of the holiday mushroom. I've not put any adornments on that mushroom, and little Cassie's asleep there, and Angie's casting a little bit of moon dust over Cassie, and we've got Every Day's Amazing Adventure, which is the amazing sentiment. So that is not Christmassy at all, but uses stamps from the Christmas release. Then we've got Jessie's here, So Jess has a lot of fun with colour, and you can see she's got lots of elements here. She's separated the presents here into little individual stacks, and I really like that, and I love the colour that she's used. You've got Sleepy there and Cuddles and Fluffy fast asleep. This one I absolutely adore. This is one of my favourite papers from the Misty Whisk paper pad. Absolutely love that paper, and I adore this. Look at that snowman on top of the other one. It's just it's hilarious. So that's all snowman Santa. That's all of the Santas in the Jolly Santas stamp set. Absolutely brilliant. I adore that sample. Here's one with a wreath and the sentiment. All shades of blue here with Santa just on the end of the sparkle tree, and Artie's there is hanging something on the, or pulling it down from the festive branches at the side. Here's another wreath from Jess. Here we've got Angie sitting on the festive branch, and Watson Artie are loading the sleigh with some presents. And then we've got snail delivery, again some presents separate. I think the snails probably dropped those. And then we've got Kazzy fast asleep, and he's I think he's having a nightmare, saying you made the naughty list. Either that or he's, I don't know, whatever. And this is the one that Jess shared today with a row of the tree houses there with the Santa sleigh. No, I know, it's my brain. My brain isn't working at the moment, Caroline, sorry. There's no comments coming up on YouTube. I don't know if anybody's watching on YouTube, which is weird. Right, okay, so these are Art Angels. Now, Art Angel always takes it to another level on the fun element of it, and she just makes me scream. She's just so funny. So I don't know what that Santa's doing. I don't know if Artie's going to catch him, or he's just going to catch that ornament from him. I don't know. It's just so much fun with Watson Artie. And this one here, look. Woo, look at me. Hilarious. This one's a little bit serene. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's just on another level from this one, isn't it? Little Angie, she's babysitting the two little bunnies. And you've got that lovely festive branch coming in there with the ornaments. Here we've got some stockings hanging from the tree, and I love the ornaments that Art Angel's framed the sentiments with. She's obviously had a lot of fun with Watson Artie. I think Artie's waving the mistletoe at Watts, and Watts is just having nothing to do with it. Hilarious. There's little Kazzy asleep on the branch. Ah, he's just hilarious. Then we've got I think Artie's actually lighting the candles on the tree house there. I hope he's not trying to set light to it. And Kazzy's asleep there. He's just hilarious. And then we've got Santa's balancing on a precarious pile of presents there in the sleigh. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's tossing them on top of the snail delivery stamp there. And we've got the snail pulling the sleigh. Oh, I'm sorry, Christy. Lots of people are having trouble with their internet and Wi-Fi at the moment, which is such a shame. And I love this one. If you the Santas with the snowballs, like Jess's sample as well, they're just so much fun. I love them, absolutely love them. And then we've got this one on one of my favourite papers from Misty Whisk. As I said, this is the one that Jess put the Santas on before, and it looks like that one's doing a bit of tightrope walking. We're going to do something similar to this in one of the demos with Angie and the foliage. And then we've got here a similar one but different with the festive branch. And then there's another one with the Jolly Santas. Oops! It looks like he fell from the sleigh. And then we've got Did I know? Oh, I did show you those before. I obviously put that on before. I think those are all the samples so far. There is a stack that Bonnie did, and I don't know if I can just add this. Let me just see if I can find it for you. No, it's not loaded. Has it loaded? No, it's not synced, so I can't do that. Sorry. There's another one that's coming up that Bonnie's done, which I'm sure she'll share with you. Anywho, should we do some demos? It might be a good idea, mightn't it? Let's start nice and simple. So we're just going to do, we're thinking about batch making. So don't forget, as I said, everything's going to be available on my website from midnight tomorrow night, shipping to UK addresses. I have my stock sat here waiting for your orders, and it will get shipped as soon as possible. You didn't drop the present, no. Right, so this is a paper from the Tumbleshine paper pad. I'll just show you the front cover of that. So this is the one that's got all the kind of moons with it and variations of, because these aren't moons, obviously. Well, those two are, but these aren't, and those aren't, and these aren't. But they're circular designs, and they're always a good stepping stone, and it's nice to have the sort of, it's got kind of a texture to it, either side of it, so it's nice to work off of that if you want to. They're all 6x6, 24 double-sided sheets, 24 designs, 2 sheets of each, and they're 216 GSM. Now I'll just show you what I've got left. This is my second Tumbleshine pad. Obviously the first one's been used up. That's all I've got left. That's how much I use Tumbleshine. Love it. So we're going to just go simple, as I said, batch making. So I've just trimmed about ½ an inch off, ¼ an inch each side, and it's probably not straight because it never is. I don't know what's wrong with my trimmer. I'm blaming my trimmer, but it's probably me. All we're going to do is we're going to get the sparkle tree. Lovely big stamp. So this stamp measures, in real money, it measures 3½ inches by 3 3/4 inches. So it's quite a big stamp. They're all photopolymer and they're all manufactured in the US, but I bring them over here for you, and I am the only place where you can get them, aside from when they're on Create and Craft, in the UK. Obviously you can order direct from Fairy Hugs, but you'll have to pay shipping if you're in the UK, and you might have to pay Royal Mail charges, and you might have to pay VAT as well. So just be aware of that. I pay all that for you. Right, so we're not going to stamp in black. What we're going to do is we're going to stamp, we're going to go for Bluebell, this Fine Clair. Nice bright blue, which you don't always have to stamp in black. The stamping platform helps, it really does. It's not necessary, but it just helps. It's like a bit of insurance for us in case we miss a bit. It's such a beautiful detail stamp, this one. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh. Such a lovely stamp. Obviously you can stamp it and emboss it with a sparkle embossing powder as well, which would be lovely. And as I said at the beginning, if you just stamp this in Versamark and then embossed it with silver or gold and added a sentiment on a piece of, on a piece of white or cream card, and you're going to have a very elegant card, but very quick and easy to do. So essentially this is what we're doing here, but we're using one of the background papers as well. So that's our sparkle tree. And then we're just going to take that lovely big sentiment, wishing you Merry Christmas, touched with wonder and filled with love. I think for children it definitely is a wonder, isn't it? Let me just make sure this is straight. Oh, my knees. There. I mean, you could even bring in Santa's sleigh if you wanted to, but I just wanted to just use 2 stamps and show you how effective it is just to put a sentiment with that sparkle tree. Not rocket science, not scary, just really easy to do. If you've never used fairy hug stamps before, then start easy and work your way up. There we go. Simple. Oh, magnets. That's all we've got. Obviously, you know, we've got a bit of white space on there, but don't be frightened of white space. So, really quick, easy, simple, not rocket science. That's the first one. I think everybody needs that sparkle tree in their life. Now do remember that if anything goes out of stock, don't panic. All you need to do is click on the email when available button, and as soon as I have it back in stock, you'll automatically get emailed, so you'll know before anybody else does that something's back in stock. And obviously it's early enough in the year, it's June for heaven's sake, doing Christmas, so it's going to be absolutely fine. Right, so let's do the one with Angie next. So we're still in Tumbleshine, and what we're going to do first is stamp Angie. Oh, that one's not straight either. I end up cutting so much off these papers because they're just not straight. Nightmare. So Angie's going to sit on here like so. So you need to do her first because she needs to be masked off, and then you do the wreath or whatever it is around her. And I'm not going to use my Rotate Mate for this, I don't think. I think I'm going to just, because it's quicker, to just do it by hand. I might regret it, but you know, I might not. So this time we're going to go slightly darker blue. So we're going to go for Medieval Blue, VersaFine Clair. Heavy-handed. If you're having trouble with them, then it could mean that your VersaFine Clair needs re-inking. So I do stock all the VersaFine Clair re-inkers on my website, so you can get those, and it's cheaper to re-ink. You don't use the whole re-inker, just have a scribble of it, and let the ink settle in before you stamp. So it is actually a cost-effective way rather than buying a new ink pad. Hello! Archangel's just joined us on Facebook. I'm just using your stamp. I probably will have to stamp her twice because she's a silhouette. I'm just going to go in here with a tweezers. And although we're pushed up to the right side, the end, I'm always a little bit paranoid, especially when I'm doing an eye, that they move. She's pretty good as she is actually, but I can't live with that. She's going to be a bit darker. Might regret it, but it's 2 sides to a piece of card. Don't know if I want to use the other side, but you know, it happens. She is gorgeous. Yes, she is. She is so beautiful. Very elegant fairy. Of course, it's quite easy if you wanted to for you to fussy cut her out and actually chop her wings off. I mean, I think that's cruel myself, but you know, you could do. There she is. I'll show you nice and close. She's just beautiful, isn't she? You've got a very nice fairy that's named after you. My one's quite nice as well, but this one's nicer. She's beautiful. So that's the extent of me cleaning my stamps. So I've got a workshop on the 2nd of July here in Fareham at a place called the Maker's House. There are still spaces available, and we are focusing on the Fairy Hugs Flower Fairies in the morning and the book collections in the afternoon if you'd like to join us. And you can find it in the workshop section of my website. Now normally I would wait for this to dry before I put a mask on. So this is a piece of woodware masket sheet. I used her before, and I've trimmed it. It's ever such a fab. I'm trying to get this on. I've trimmed it ever so slightly smaller than Angie herself, which that makes it harder to get her on properly. No, that's not, I'm not too worried about that bit. It's here, isn't it? I'll do. See, it doesn't like to stick because the ink's wet. Right, I'm going to get rid of my magnets and I'm going to just stamp freehand. Let's find let's use an acrylic circle. This is one of the Sentimental Yours acrylic circles, and we're using, here we go, Winter Leaves and Berries, that's what it's called. This is the one I had trouble with. And we'll do it, first of all we'll do it in Rainforest. Heavy-handed me. So she's going to be sat on the branch. Do something going the other way as well. Quite easy when you've got a circle to follow, to actually follow that circle. I think that's as far as we're going to go, and then we are going to just clean that off a sec. So that's Rainforest. And then we're going to go for Shady Lane. Just tried a little bit of a different colour green in there, because your greens aren't always the same, are they? Especially in the summer when the trees can't get enough water. So let's go just do this a bit quicker. I wouldn't normally say do that. You won't see much of that. Okay. And then we peel her mask away. And you can see that her wings are nice and still nice and clean. And you've got just the foliage coming underneath. So she's sat in there like that. Easy to do. I like masking because you can just reuse it. So I'd stick the backing sheet on and then pop it in the back so I know that she's there, that it's there for me to use. And then all we're going to do now is, in fact, no, not all we're going to do now. I'm lying. I'm going to do a little bit more. Oh, I wish I was that dainty and elegant in real life as well. What an angel. I stopped looking in the mirror. In fact, the mirror in our bathroom was put in so high up that I can't actually see in it, so I'm quite happy about that. I said to the chap, well, I'm 5 foot and Nathan's 5'10". And so, well, I'm not 5 foot actually, I'm less than 5 foot now. So what did he do? He did it so that all you can see is the top of my head. Right, I'm just going to put some little ornaments in. So we're going to use a holiday mushroom here. And I think we're going to just hang some ornaments out of these, off these branches here. So we have a bell. It doesn't stick to my fingers. Let's not have... Oh, stop sticking to my fingers. Hang on a minute. Hit my finger. A bell. And we'll have a... I think she could be holding... In fact, no, because her hand's pointing... Her hand's that way, so I can't have her holding anything really. So let's just have a bauble coming here as well. And we just do 3. Have we got a stocking? No, the stocking's on the festive branch, isn't it? Which I've got somewhere else. Let's have this fancy bauble here. No, I don't want a bauble. I want a stocking. Hang on a minute, let me find the festive branch. So you can mix and match. These have got little ties on them now, which is fine. I want a stocking. Okay. Hopefully that's going to be high enough. I think we do those in the dark blue as well, so we do those in medieval blue as well. You're welcome, Alison. Alison's now on the design team, social media design team. And she's a little bit addicted to fairy hugs. Not that she wasn't in the first place, but I think she's a bit addicted, aren't you, love? There are worse addictions to have there, aren't there? So we've got 3 little baubles there. Don't do too much pressure because they're only little stamps. And let's put them away. Only little, so don't lose them. Stocking goes on a different one. Little bell. In case you've never seen how I store my stamps, I write what number it is on the top, and I've got 3 boxes, 1 for each size stamp that we get from Fairy Hugs, and then I can always find them. So I look them up on my website. Oh right, that's 539, and I know where it is in my box or whatever else. Anyway, right. So let's just pop a sentiment on here. So we're going to use one of the Merry Wishes. So we use Merry Christmas. Probably be the one that you use the most, I should think. Make sure that's straight. The Christmas workshop that I'm doing will be on November the 5th, and we'll be using the Christmas releases from 3 years that Fairy Hugs have done them. And then the one before that is Cottages and Gardens and Witches, Sorcerers and Wizards, and that's on September the 3rd. They're all Sundays. It's free parking all day, and it's air conditioned. So certainly the one in July will probably be happy for the fact that it's air conditioned. So that's it. That's the second one. How are we doing for time? Ooh, 3/4 an hour. That's not too bad, is it? So I'm just going to pop this on here like that. Obviously I'll add a bit of colour, but that really makes a really pretty Christmas card, doesn't it? And that's inspired by Art Angels makes. So I'll just find those for you so you can see her makes like this, which are there. So it's inspired by that one, and you can also do it with the fairy branches as well, which sits nicely on Tumbleshine as well. So thank you, Art Angel, for the inspiration. So that's number 2. So I think next we'll do we'll do the tag last. We'll do this one next. Oh, I put my fairy festive branches away, and I want that one. So this time we're using a paper from Misty Whisk. Misty Whisk is another of my favourite paper pads. I've got quite a few favourites. On a tangent, tape around my magnets. Oh, this is some Ideology Tim Holtz tissue tape from donkeys years ago. It's like a pre-runner to washi tape, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, yes. So this one I ran out of completely. I think I might have one sheet left of the other one. So this is my second pad, which I grabbed. Love this, absolutely love it. So you've got lots of sheets like this and lots of sheets with moons on it. Again, designed by Bonnie. Love that one. I use that one loads. This is great for snow. And this one here, I love it. Same as before. 24 double-sided sheets, 24 designs, 2 sheets of each, and 216 GSM, and they're 6x6. Absolutely love it. And we'll be using papers. We'll be stamping on papers at my workshops, and we'll be making tags as well. So yes. So we're going to use this one. This has got this lovely paper on the background. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to choose actually. So it's very good that they're you get 2 sheets of each. Although some of them I only ever use my favourite sheet, but you've got that opportunity, haven't you? So okay, so let's pop this in. And we have a plan again. So the plan is to, why was I using that? Oh yes, I know. Yeah, the plan is to use Moondreams, which is that beautiful sleigh, and that's going to sit on the hill here. So you're all ready to go. Obviously it's great to create your own backgrounds, but with the papers you're ready to go straight away, and I really like that. So you're going to pop that just down there like that. I think we'll do this in that medieval blue as well. I do like medieval blue, especially for Christmas cards. Let me just have a drink, because I'm feeling dry. Hopefully I won't get brain freeze, because it's a really cold drink. I hate it when you get brain freeze. Right, so medieval blue. And then you'll be able to see the beautiful detail of this stamp. I don't really have any top tips for this release because there's a lot of stamps that are my favourites. Give it a good old press. Remember that moon is a silhouette, so that's going to be the bit that needs a little bit more attention. I might have to stamp it twice, don't know. Oh, I don't need to. Look at that. Look at that detail in that stamp. It's just, well, it's fairy hugs. You don't need to say anything else really. They get incredible detail in it. And with the hanging snowflakes, I know Alison, you just bought hanging snowflakes. Let me just find that sample of mine with the hanging snowflakes. This one. I don't know if you can see from that. In the centre, the circles in the hanging snowflakes, there's lots and lots of little dots. So the first time I ever stamped that, I thought I needed to keep on doing it, but you don't. There's lots and lots of little dots in it. It's so detailed, and this sleigh again has got a lot of detail in it with those little dots. Love it. That's no problem, Grace. I went through all of Grace has just joined us. I've been through all the stamps in the release and all the DT samples, and we've already done 2 demos. This is our 3rd demo, which is good because I'm out this afternoon. It's my 1 day a week when I have 2 hours off, and I go to the Maker's House, which is where I'm going to do my workshops, and I sit and do my crochet. It's lovely. It's the only time I ever get to do crochet. It's too hot in the evenings now. Right, I'm going to mask this off. In fact, what we'll do, before we do that, we'll give that ink a chance to dry. And we'll stamp Kazzy as well. Because Kazzy's got to be masked as well. So remember, Kazzy is our little dragon. And he's going to be lying on his pillow. I'm just going to get this up here. So he's going to be lying on his pillow. He could be just lying on the ground like that. So it doesn't have to be on his pillow. Should we do that actually? Because look, he fits perfectly just lying on the ground. I feel he'd be more comfortable on his pillow. But let's put him there for now. Because the pillow's got to be done second anyway. So we'll pop him down like that. I might have to move. Let's just move him up a little bit. So if you pop in Zoe's face down on where your carrier sheet is, if you can see what you're doing, it's always a good thing. I hope it doesn't move. And then you pick it up, and then he should get stamped where we want him. Now I have been doing him in green, but I think that his favourite colour is purple. So, oh, blue dragon. Blue dragons are nice as well, aren't they? No, we're going to do him in purple because there is a little bit of purple in this. So we're going to do a purple dragon. We're going to use Monarch. Could use Fantasia, which is a darker purple. Choices. Again, he's a silhouette, so you know, make sure you really butt it up into the corner. Which stamp makes you feel nostalgic of Caroline? Whenever anybody says Claire de Lune, I just think about Twilight. You know, the film. Okay, let's see how he is. Ooh, look at him. He's actually doesn't need doing again. Doesn't he look fabulous? I'm going to do him without the cushion because I've done him with the cushion before. I'm going to do him without the cushion. If you want to do him with the cushion, then you have to mask him and then you can pop the cushion underneath him. So you pop your mask on and then you can just pop the cushion underneath like that. But because we've got that ground and he's actually lying nicely on the ground, I'm just going to leave him like that this time. But you can give him a cushion, you see? Let me hold that up. So you mask him off and then you can pop the cushion, stamp the cushion around him. Just like I did here. Okay, so it's very easy to do, just a little bit of more masking. But I think I'm going to leave him because I quite like him lying on the ground like that. These papers are brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Also, that cushion you could use instead of the one that comes with the glass slippers in the Fairy Tale collection. So rather than use the ornate cushion that there is with the fringes, you could use this one. Win-win. We say he with the dragons, don't we? We're assuming that all the dragons are boys. There must be some female dragons somewhere, otherwise there would be no baby dragons and the dragon race would just disappear. It would be extinct. And we all know that dragons are real. Sometimes in more ways than one. Right, let's put our mask on the sleigh. Again, I've trimmed this ever so slightly. Now, I'm not bothered about it fitting perfectly. All I want to do is make sure, let me show you. All I want to do is make sure that has got a little bit of a gap. Can you see on the mask? So the blue is showing a little bit. And that's so that I can stamp properly. So I'm going to use Sleepy. But I'm not going to use his little, it's like a nut seed pocket that he's got to sleep in. I'm going to pop him so that his head is down about like that, I think. And he's a grey mouse, I've decided. This grey fits nicely with this. So we're going to stamp in Morning Mist on one arc back. My VersaFine Clairs are never off my desk. They're either on, actually they're on either on this desk or the desk next to me. So I use them all the time. And sometimes if you don't want to emboss, it's quite nice to stamp in Morning Mist. Because it's that grey tone, so it's almost like a flat silver embossing powder but without the sparkle and the shimmer. There we go, there's Sleepy. So remove the mask and we've got Sleepy lying in the sleigh, fast asleep. And Kazzy is supposed to be guarding Sleepy, making sure he's safe, but you know, he's fallen asleep on duty. So obviously I can use that mask again. Where's my moonbeams? Moondreams. I say moonbeams, moonbeams. And Sleepy's going to go away now. Obviously I colour it in, but I never colour in during these videos because I'd rather show you how to put your scenes together rather than showing you the colouring in, because otherwise we'd only get 1 or 2 done in the hour and a half, 2 hours, so it's just not worth it, I don't think. So now we're going to pop the sentiment on, and we're going to use 'Twas the Night. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Well, there's no house, but that's fine. We've got a mouse. So we're going to, let's put it about there, I think. Right there. I'm going to stand up to make sure it's straight. I think it is. And we will stamp that in. Let's stamp it in black. So we go for Nocturne for this. Yeah, I do like, yeah, I was just saying, a lot of the sitting fairies and the mini animals will work as well with the cushion. Yeah, the fairy hugs do things really well, that you can mix and match across the collections, and there are well over 600 stamps now with fairy hugs. There's not many that have been discontinued, so most of them are still available. So it is really nice, and I think the DT will agree that the more you have, the more combinations you can do, and the more value for money you get, I suppose, because you can just go to anything. You think, oh, I could do that, and you've got it. It's just brilliant. There we go. There's our sentiment. I might go just again, just so it's a little bit darker because of the background paper. Not because there's anything wrong with it, because there isn't. And hopefully it hasn't moved. I'm always a bit wary about that, but it hasn't. So it's now darker, which is fab. And just to finish this off, we're going to just add a little bit of foliage coming in, just to frame it. For my neat box. I've even got some of the other ones as well from the previous releases, like there's Holiday Word Tree. I think that would be great to use with some of these. And obviously I've got my Hanging Snowflakes, and I've also got Love at Christmas. I've only got one of those left at the moment. I need to get some more, which is a really nice sentiment. There are others as well, but that's what's in there. Right, okay, so let's do the foliage. Get off. Those magnets want to have a chat. So let's bring in, I thought we'd bring in the Festive Branch perhaps, and have it sort of just hanging in here. Don't really need to magnet it, but I'm going to. So it's meant to be that way up, so all your ornaments can hang from it, but we're going to use it this way up, coming in from the side like this. And I think we'll do, do I want to bring, I don't know if I want to bring the brown in. I keep thinking the cat's underneath the desk, and he isn't. It's his pod that he sleeps in. I'll show you some. I don't know if you're interested. I'll show you. This is what Ed's been up to. Sitting on my desk. Look at that. And then not happy with just sitting on my desk. deal with that. So no wonder there's fur everywhere. I'm not going to bring, I don't think I'm going to bring in a dark. I think I'm just going to stick with the medieval blue. I don't think I want brown. He's not in here at the moment. I don't know where he is. Probably in the conservatory. Lying in the sun in the conservatory, which is like a greenhouse. Because he's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. This was clean. It's not now, is it? Yeah, so Archangel's saying she'll be doing samples this week for social media using combining this collection with ones from previous releases, and yeah, if I get a chance I'll be doing that as well. But I've got a busy week. What was new releases all around, and then I'm sure Archangel's the same actually, and then my workshop. Do another one here, like so. Just moved it over just to give it a little bit more. It's in there like so. I think we will do a little bit more. I'm going to put on a block there. This is getting on my nerves. Big enough. Will colours that black, don't it? So I'm just going to bring in a little bit more. This is very fast. Ouch! 3 magnets together, that hurt. Why did they jump? I'm just alternating so that you can fill in gaps. I think that's all we need actually. Right, so let's just clear the decks and get my piece of card and I can show you what it looks like. Obviously if you want to you can hang bits, ornaments from it, but in this instance I don't want to. But again, this can be used all year round, which I like. What do I do with my piece of... there it is. The carrier sheets are really useful, the plain ones. Right, so that's your festive branch. And so this now, once it's matted and layered and obviously adding colour to it, we've got that. Again, very, very simple, not overcomplicated. Quite eerie, I think, with those branches coming in. Cool, right, so that's Misty Whisk, that's number 3. And we are going to, I'm bombing along, aren't I? We are going to finish off with a tag. Yes, 3. Done, 1 to go. So what we're using here is we are using the new Sentimentally Yours crescent top tags, which I have in stock on my website, and Phil launched them a week last Monday. And you've got 5 different sizes of tag. You've got inners and outers for each size, and you've got a different size ring for each size as well. Been nagging at him to do these for ages, and this is the first in a series of tag dies that he's going to be producing, which I'm very, very, very happy about. So we've got, this is the middle size. Get off. This is the middle size, so it's this one. And it cuts out of the papers beautifully on that size. And you can get 2 tags out of one 6x6 sheet. And I've got my ring on already, and I've just got this with pure white. Okay, so put that to one side. And this is from the Evening Field paper pad, which is not on the shows. Let me find it. Which is this one. So this is a series of kind of graduated colour on each sheet, and it has kind of a texture on it, but obviously it's completely flat. I really, really like this one. This is another one of my favourites. And this one I think works really well with Flower Fairies. I'm going to be using that probably quite a lot at my workshop, I should think. Right, so this is a tag, and this is always a little bit dodgy because of the fact that you can't really, well, you can butt it up into the corner. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm saying you can't. No, I normally just pop it on one of the lines, but we'll butt it up because we're going to be stamping the treehouse. Okay, treehouse. What does my stamps do here? Oh, I want that first. Oh, it's a good reminder. I'm not ready to start yet. Little stencil just fell on the floor. That reminded me I was going to add a moon. That's what I was going to do. Let's do that first. Let's add a moon up here, like that. And we've got, so this is just a, this is actually a Lavinia stencil, which I've had for years. You can do this with masket, so you could pop that through your die cutting machine with one of your circle dies, so you can make your own stencil, and that obviously won't move either because it'll be masked. But we're going to just add some candied apple just around the edge to give us a moon. And I'm going to just paint my fingernails as well while I'm at it. There we go. Wash that in a bit. What am I like? What am I like? Just clean that off before I make a mess. Okay, so now we're ready to go in here. Yes, it's very difficult with the paper pads, isn't it? I mean, they're all my favourites. I love Petal Shimmer, which is the one that was designed by Shu Min, who used to be on the design team. Her backgrounds always used to be absolutely amazing, and when she did a background pad, it was just stunning. Well, that was one of the first ones actually. This is your tree house. As I said, it's a tree-shaped house, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors and a little tiny attic at the top as well. And you can obviously hang ornaments off of this if you want to. So we're going to just, this is going to be a gift tag obviously. So we're going to just pop it down here. It doesn't matter if it goes off a little bit. In fact, I quite like it when it does. I am butted. There's 2 sides, although it's got an indentation to it because it's a die cut. On the one I did, I actually had to turn it over, so that one is the other side of this card that I'm using now, so I had to turn it over. And the reason why was because I needed to re-ink my ink pad. But now it's re-inked, hopefully we'll be okay. So this is Rainforest. This is what we're going to stamp this with. A nice dark green. ring because they're your friends, really. If ever you're having difficulty, it's not the stamp, it'll be your ink pad, believe me. Press. Take your time. Let's get in with these tweezers. It's right over there though, so I don't know what I need it a bit more. Oh, but it moved a bit. That's what we're going to stay there. It's actually fine. Let me show you. It's cool, isn't it? It's such a cool stamp. And a few, I don't know if it was last year, the year before. It might have been the year. Yeah, it wasn't last year. It was the year before. There was the Pine Cone House, which is a really cool stamp. Have you got the Pine Cone House, Ben, Alison? You might need that one. Just saying. It's really cool. So like I say, you could have ornaments, you could have the little candles hanging off of this from either the festive branch or the holiday mushrooms as well. Then we're going to use the snail delivery, and we're going to just have the presents. We're going to have the, I don't think we're going to have all three, although we could. So I'll put the present down here in the corner. I'm going to go for different colours, because we can. So we'll do this one in, let's do it in Green Oasis, which is a brighter green. And then we'll go for the next one. I'll do this one in a red. Stuck it on there. It's a lot easier to do this when they're dirty, because you can see where they're going. But don't panic, you can always use a pen to fill in the gap if there's a gap. So this is tulip red. Might end up a bit brown because it's obviously had green on the stamp beforehand. It's not really very dark, is it? Let's try the other one. Let's try Glamorous, which is more of a pinky red. On the other side, when I did it, it didn't really matter because I was on like an orangey colour. That's a bit better, I can see that one. And then we're going to be using the top layer. This is the one I normally end up with a gap. Obviously you could do a higgledy-piggledy pile if you want to. I like my piles to be straight. What should we do now? Should we do a different colour? Let's have a blue. Let's have blue. Because we can. There's our stack of presents. I'll show you. You can see it's got little stars on the presents. Okay, so those are from Snail Delivery. Obviously you can use these again any time of year, which I like. Then we're going to use Santa's Sleigh. Let's see where we're going to have him. So he's just dropped the presents off and he's off to the next delivery slot. This one's obviously played for premium delivery. Or special delivery even, as it says on the stamp. And then we're going to do this in Nocturne, which is the black. Yeah, I want him a bit darker. There he is. Fabulous. Don't forget that rooftop stamp. Definitely great to use this with rooftops. You could even have rooftops at the bottom if you wanted to. Mix and match across what you've already got as well. If you haven't got it, you know where to find it. So then we're going to have use special delivery. We've used quite a few of them. It's not many stamps we haven't used actually. I think I've done all right. We haven't used all the stamps. We used quite a few stamp sets though. So let's have a look. Christmas delivery. Got it there. Get off me. I think that's straight. Doesn't have to be straight, you could do it wonky if you wanted to. You can do that in black as well. And then you're going to put the For You on here as well. Special delivery, you could use that on a baby's card, couldn't you? A new baby tag. Get off me. Have a look at that. Christmas delivery for you. There you go. It's good, isn't it? Then because we've got this special delivery set, what we can do is come out of here. Back to the side for a minute. On the back of our tag, we've got to and from. And what I tend to do is take a scrap of card, and quite a big circle, and I tend to just test it out to begin with, so I know how much pressure to put on a little stamp. It is only a tiny little stamp. and then we want 2. You might want to put it over a little bit more than that, depends how big the name is. You can always write underneath. Then we've got the from. So we'll do the same thing as well, just to check how we're stamping. So you don't always have to be in the correct form. Mark. So I want my from to be about the same. Okay. That's straight. I'm chuffed that there's a to and a from in there as well. I've actually used it on one of my Sentimentally Yours tags as well, which I can't show yet because stuff hasn't been released yet. Right, so that's that. So to finish this off, what we're going to do is take some candied apple pop aside this time. Handle, my little bags. This is a wood burr tool. And there's my tool. Because the ink is still a little bit wet, I would probably add a little bit of colour, but I didn't on my original one because you don't have to colour in that treehouse if you don't want to. I probably will, but I can do it afterwards. So just edging the tag, which is optional obviously. You don't have to waste that ink, but obviously I have done. And then this will go on here. I will cut, let's say I'll probably colour this in later, but it can go on here. This is more with the glue. This is Sentimentally Yours PVA, which is one I always use. Just want to show you how fab these tags are. I don't know why I always put them on at an angle, and I shouldn't do really. I should always put them on straight. So there's a little gap there at the top. Smudge my to and from, which I haven't, fortunately. And then all I would do is add a little bit of baker's twine, and then your tag would be finished. You can also make tag-shaped cards as well with the die set, and there is a YouTube video coming up next week of showing you how to do that. So that is it for today. I've romped through this. I'm not normally this quick. But I think I've shown you that obviously with Christmas cards you don't necessarily have to be complicated. So we did that one first. Let's move that one to one side. And then we did this one, inspired by the lovely Archangel, with Angie and the festive Winter Leaves and Branches, it's called. I've got it in front of me so I can remember. Then we did this one with Young Kazi. Say Young Kazi, I think he's a young dragon. I think he's a dragon in training. And the Moon Dreams and Sleepy. And then we've done ourselves a tag as well. So you can see. So I hope you've enjoyed that. As I said, you can find the products in stock on my website tomorrow night, which is Friday night, the 23rd of June, from midnight, for shipping to UK addresses. And I do have the stock now, so I can ship straight away. And you'll also find them at oh, not there. Oh, go away. You'll also find them not there either. Oh dear. You'll also find them at fairyhugs.com. What am I like? So many things to press and no brain to do it with. Yeah, you also find it for worldwide shipping at fairyhugs.com, but obviously, like I say, if you're in the UK, do get them from my website instead, because you'll avoid all of the shipping charges. And do like and subscribe over on my YouTube channel. It'd be really great if you did, and leave me a comment over there. It's always much appreciated. I don't know why nothing's been popping up from YouTube on my comment stream, so I don't know if it's worked or not, but anyway, do head on over there and you will find all of the previous lives and lots of other demos on my YouTube channel. Remember, it's all free, and you can freeze it and craft along whenever you want to. And just to say that Tanya is on Create and Craft tomorrow morning at 7 AM and 11 AM with the new collection. But obviously, I'm going to encourage you to buy the stamps from either myself or from Fairy Hugs direct. And I just need to say thank you for watching.